been out on this for quite a while, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good to sort of just get back into it and take on a good adventure. Let's go! Okay. This is the first generation Africa Twin. The RD03 from 1988. I didn't even know these existed, coming from the UK. And then I moved to France and I saw one for sale. And immediately was taken by the colours and the look of it. I mean, it just looked pretty special. And if you don't know about these and you really do a bit of homework, check them out. There's quite a lot to talk about, but that's not for this video. Hey. Oh, love it. I'd forgotten just how good this road is. So yes, RD03, it's the XRV650 version of the Africa Twin, and built by HRC at the same time they were making RC30s. And let's be honest, I'd love an RC30, but this is probably the closest I'm ever going to get. Quite a special little bike, really. They're becoming quite collectible. When I first came to France, there was you could pick these up for €1,000, no problem. That was probably, well, going back to sort of 2003, 2004. I've had this one since 2016, and I paid 1,800 euros for it. And I looked at a couple, and they were sort of starting to go for around 2,000 euros at that time. But I got it and it was a little bit, I wouldn't say tatty, it wasn't too bad. I think there were 2 or 3 owners. The last guy had it for quite a long time, but he hadn't really looked after it. But that's okay. I quite like bringing these things back to life. So since 2016, I've done a fair amount of work on it. Nothing drastic. It's all just been the usual sort of stuff that is changing. Hang on. It's sunny. And I think most people sort of, if you come from the UK, you might not have seen them because they weren't never imported into the UK. And everyone sort of goes, oh, 750s, but obviously thinking 750's got to be better. But no, I mean, this is I prefer these to 750. That's my not that I don't like the 750s, I do like the 750s a lot. But there's something about the 650 HRC that really makes it quite a special bike. In fact, I saw recently one sold in America for $37,000. It only had 3 kilometers on the clock, but even so, that shows that there's a bit of a demand for these sorts of bikes. I think now the adventure market is is obviously the dominant one. I mean, we were all riding sports bikes back in the 80s and 90s, back in the UK at any rate. But over here in Europe, France, Portugal, Spain, Greece, Italy, they were kind of on, we used to call them big trailies. They weren't known as adventure bikes back then, it was just a big trailie. And they've now become adventure bikes, and for me, an adventure bike 650 is about as big as I'd ever want to go on a proper adventure bike. But then again, I'm not riding two up. Let's sort this blade out. Way. I'm on the way back from Portugal at the moment, heading back to France. I've done 3,000 kilometres this last few days. Tyres are a little bit worn, to say the least. They're kind of holding up well. I'm on Metzela Sahara Enduros, and they do pretty well. But I can feel, but they've not got a lot of life left in them. I don't want to push them too much. I don't want to end up over there in the tree. So anyway, it's a lovely little road. So yes, getting back to this bike, I've had it for since 2016, and when I get back, I've only got another few hundred kilometres to go. The plan is to make it new again, because it's a bit like an old shoe, really, one of your sort of favourite shoes. And it's got 72,000, nearly 73,000 kilometres on the clock. I've got no idea if that, but anyway, that's safe to say that there's at least 73,000 on it. And it feels loose. The engine actually feels pretty good. It feels nicely running. It revs freely and whatever, but the chassis is feeling a bit loose. Like I said, it's a bit like one of your favourite pairs of shoes, but you've worn them so long that you haven't noticed, but they've just they're a bit past their kind of best. So what I really want to do is make this, in terms of mechanical properties. Hang on. Let's concentrate a little bit. It's a little bit damp here, actually. Yeah, in terms of the mechanical, I want to make the engine as new and the chassis as new, if not better. If I can update the suspension slightly, then I will do. I know you can get things like cartridge emulators for 750. But basically, I'm just so curious to see what it would have been like when it was brand new, and I'm going to try and get it back mechanically to brand new, using all original parts where possible. They're getting a little bit hard to come by, but I know that there are plenty still available if you nowhere to look. And then once that's done, I'll try and do a diary of that happening, and then the idea is to head back down. I've just come through the Rioja region of Spain, and I love Rioja wine. In fact, I'm in the Navarra now, and the plan is to kind of get it all done to you, then come back, do a visit here again, and see how it compares. See if it was work, because it's going to cost money if I'm using a Honda parts. It'd be nice to see if it's money well spent. I mean, the condition of the bodywork, I'm not going to do anything to it. I quite like the fact it's a little bit shabby. I'm going to change this, see to something that works. There is one for sale, 600 and something euros. Is it worth it? I don't know. I've been looking for years to try and find a second-hand one, but if they come up, they sell immediately. But anyway, I quite like the fact it's a little bit scuffed up because I want to use it. I want to use it and I want to tour on it because I find it absolutely wonderful, really big. Well, I don't know what time it is now, it's probably about 6 o'clock in the evening. I've been riding since 9 o'clock this morning and it still feels comfortable. So not as an all-day ride. In fact, it feels more than comfortable. It just fits. It fits like a glove. And it's not because I've had it for that amount of time. In fact, I haven't used it much recently, and I wanted to get it out. I felt a bit sorry for it. It was sitting in the barn for quite a while without being properly used. So I really wanted to get it out and give it a bit of a spin. And that's what we've been doing. And I've absolutely loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. In fact, for what I've just been doing, I can't think of another bike I would rather lean on. But, like I said, it's feeling a bit loose, a bit sloppy. Only just, I mean, obviously it rides okay. But wouldn't it be nice to have every single chassis bearing new again, the suspension, if not new, then either 100% refurbished or aftermarket. Just see how it goes. So I'm looking forward to this project. Anyway, that's it. Let's get on with the ride. I hope you've enjoyed that ride. It's been good fun. Slow down. Lovely. That was excellent. Oh, I could do that every day.